What's up? Well, been tagged, my friends. It's a thriller to be tagged by DR.VON CHILLA. Oh my goodness. And it's like the mother of all subjects, the mother of all. Oh, how can I put this? I've been mulling about this all day. Top five. The top five category. The top five. You know, a lot of us out there, collectors and aficionados, enthusiasts, people who are really truly passionate about whatever, but like us, but comics, comic books. There are different varying degrees of passion about what you collect, what you don't collect, why you collect, the degree of do I just like covers, do I like the story, do I like who drew it, who wrote it. There's so many different factors, different things, aspects to anything, right? And it's a very hard thing to just do or to say top five. Myself, I love movies. I love books. I love art. I love comic books. Comic books, when people ask me, hey, you like movies, and people like to talk about movies and things with me, about stories and stuff, and say, well, what's your favorite? What's your favorite, or what's your top five, or top 10? And my mind short circuits because I love everything, everything about it. I love it. I love. And not only that I love, is that I love the material. I love everything about it because, I love comic books so much, that in one way, shape, or form, they have been part of my life. And so much so that, I love to draw. I love to make art, of this genre, of this type of medium. So it's very hard for me to say what to narrow it down to top five. DR.VON CHILLA, I admire the heck out of you, and I like how you showed us your 5 books, and that the first 4 weren't necessarily top 5, but they're top 5 material. With that last one, amazing number 59 with the Kingpin. Oh, that is a great book, and then the condition that it's in, beautiful. And not only is it a great book, it's a great read. The Kingpin. I don't know if you noticed, but in the Marvel Tales version of that particular issue of the reprint, there's a word balloon on it. And the Kingpin's telling Spidey, hey, with one power of my arm, I can crush you, whatever, I don't know. I just thought it was something, something funny and something cool. If you didn't know. Anyway, so top five. Like I was saying before too, because of the movies. I love movies. My top 5, my top 10. There are always special rules, special things, rules, footnotes, categories, subcategories, and subcategories of subcategories. If I could tell you what my top 5 movies, they're gonna change. It's gonna change every time somebody asks me. Because I'm gonna count the original trilogy of Star Wars as one film, and the original trilogy of Indiana Jones as one film. Even though they're 3 separate ones, but the original trilogy for me, that's one. The original Die Hard trilogy, that's one film for me. See, and you're thinking, oh, come on, that's crazy. You can't do it. Hey, I can do whatever I want. That's how I roll. So the same thing with comics. Comics for me is just, there is a certain reason why I get that specific issue. Because of the look, because of the continuation of the story, because I love it, whatever. It's just something that I feel inside. So top 5. I'm going to do things a little bit different here. So I'm going to have the top 5 now. Right now. Right now. Top 5. 5, like Spidey. 5. Okay. I'm going to say they're not in any particular order. It might be, when I tell you, whatever. But I have 3 sets of books in front of me right now. Each of them with 5, except for the last one. Well, maybe the first set. It's got 6. So I'm taking that these are my top 5. There are 3 tiers of top 5. Okay? So I'm going to go with the lowest tier first, which is really top 6. Then I'll go to the mid tier. Then I'll go to the top tier. I know, it's... This isn't exactly the top 5, but I cannot, for the life of me, I've been, like I said, mulling about this all day, mulling it over, and trying to, my mind just short circuits because I love it all, man. I love it all. And there's something that each and every one of them that has is just, I love it. I admire it. I celebrate it. I cherish it. So, here we go. Okay? I'm going to pause for a little bit, and we'll get started. Okay. Third tier, top 5, or top 6 in this tier. Okay? Submariner. Number 16. The Sea That Time Forgot. The first time I saw this cover, this book, I was floored. Because you see an actual, like a nightmare come to life for this guy, for the Submariner. I'm not a fan of the Submariner, I don't know, I just wasn't, it just never appealed to me. But when I saw this particular book, this particular cover, I thought, my goodness, look at this. It says a lot. And that something is not right. And there's other things lurking. Other things are happening here. And you see Namor there in trouble. It's a nightmare, I love it, Okay. X-Men number 137. The Phoenix Must Die. Look at that cover, man. What can I say? And the story is just fantastic, The Phoenix. And what it brought upon the X-Men. And the fight for the X-Men. The sacrifice. Anyway, fantastic. X-Men number 101. First appearance of the Phoenix. I mean, you don't see covers like this anymore, man. You don't. Like I said before in my other videos, every book that you see now is just a pose. The GQ pose, Sexy pose. This tells a story here, man. Great book, great story. Swamp Thing number 11. Look at that. Incredible. I don't know who drew this one, but it's such a nightmare, there's like things lurking and there's danger, and it's just, it makes you want to say, what's going to happen next? I want to read this. It's fantastic. Number 5 of the low tier. When I saw this, I was just... Superman number 75, Man of Steel. Such a parody of the original, The death of that guy. This is hilarious. This book just speaks volumes to me. That not only is just a parody of everybody knows of the death of Superman, but how it It makes fun of that of this character. You know, the hat, the trunks. Oh man, fantastic. Last one of the low tier. What can you say? Again, I'm a big fan of Walter Simonson's Ragnarok. It's number 2. Look at that, you know? Zombie Thor. And it's just captivating, man. Just captivating. I mean, there are like no words that I can say that will help me describe the emotions that I feel. This guy's just looking straight at you. All business. Okay. That was a low tier. Here's the second tier. Frankenstein Monster number 18. Leave me alone or I'll kill you all. In the Alps, the monster stands alone against the children of the damned. This is a Bernie Wrightson cover. Look how beautiful. I mean, Bernie Wrightson. Oh. The man is a genius. The monsters and the horror. Oh, man, I mean, I could just marvel at this all day. Yeah. Marvel. Batman Dark Knight, Dark City. Look at that. Mike Mignola. Before Hellboy, before everything. Look at that. You can already see the evolution of his style. You know. Nightmare. You know. The zombies coming up for bats. But you see it. You know, the dark tones. You know. The blacks and the grays. You know. The skulls. Oh, man. So good. Giant-sized chillers. Number 1. Closer, closer. Come just another step closer. Frightful, fearful. First issue. There's no place around. The monsters are everywhere. Featuring more scary stories of macabre monsters by maddening menace than you can shake a skull at. Oh man, look at that. You know, I love all the horror comics because all of them tell a story, you know. And the detail is just incredible. Right there, you see what's going to happen to her. There's danger in every corner. Oh man, I can stare at that for hours. Then I found out about this one. Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Do you dare enter the house of mystery? Look at that. Look at that. You know, taking a character that we love, Batman, and putting him into like a horror movie, you know? I'm guessing this is a Neil Adams cover. Man, it is just beautiful. Look at that. You know, Bat's kind of scared. Little boy, that evil thing's taking him. Go get him, Bats. Go get him. The last one in my second tier. You know, everybody knows about the first one, you know. The first Spider-Man, under the Todd McFarlane reign, you know, when they let him loose so he can do his own stories and his own art. You know, that first one sold, I don't know how many copies. You know, and it's been this image that has been cover swiped, homaged, you know, that's a word, using it right, given homage to or whatever, you know. So many different books, so many different types of stories and books that they take this pose, you know, iconic pose. This one, you know, the black costume, you know, just incredible. I can stare at it for hours. Damn, that's awesome. I love it. All right. Okay, well, The top 5, top tier 5. This cover is so beautiful. You know, it exudes playfulness, sensuality, and it's just, you know, I can't even put it into words. I mean, it's just, this cover is so beautiful. I love it so much. I have a poster of it, and it's a pose that every girl does. You know, to see it on a Supergirl. You know, like I had said before about, you know, in other covers of Mary Jane, and you take her and have her sexy and cute at the same time. You know, and the artist who did this, I don't know who it is, but it made it work. You know, that pose. I mean, it says everything. You know. Oh man, I love it. That's number 5. Number 4, Batman, number 222. I heard other YouTubers talk about this book, and they say if you ever see it in any kind of condition, grab it. And grab I did. This is such a great cover. You know, here they come. One of them is dead, but which one? The clue is on their album cover. It's the Beatles. Look at them. You know? Oh, man. Neil Adams. I could just stare at this for hours, for days. Incredible. You know, I saw this at a convention in the summer. When I saw it, I lost it. You know, I where I work, you know, the station. You know, there's always a piece of crap actors and directors that come into the station, musicians. They think they're all hot shit. I give 2 shits about them, you know. I don't care. You know, their egos and all that stuff. But when I was at the convention, I saw this, I lost it. Ah, there it is! I want to take a picture with it. Oh man, the guy who sold it to me is a friend of mine. And he gave me a good deal on it, man. I had to get it. This cover is amazing. Number 3. Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man, Death Without Warning. This is the reprint of number 75, I believe, of Amazing Spider-Man. Now, you're probably asking, well, why did you put the Amazing one? Why did you put Marvel Tales? Well, you know, in my other videos I had explained, you know, that this particular printing of this book reminds me of my little brother. He had gone to a comic store and he picked one up and he wanted to buy it, and my dad bought it for him. And it was just, you know, he read it a couple of times, but it was just rolling around the house the whole time, and I probably read it more than he did. But this always reminds me of my little brother and my father. You know? And the beautiful story and the last panel of the book that I saw Romita's pencils, his art of Dr. Connors turning into the Lizard. It's very horrific, very nightmarish. But this will always be my top 5, top 10. You know, I always think about, you know, those questions about your top 5, top 10. I compare it to a river, you know, and I know there's a saying, I forget what it is, but they say that you can't go into the same river twice. Okay, sorry. You know, the whole thing about the top 5 and the top 10, you know, categories, you know, with me, you know, there's a saying about that you can't step into the same river twice, something like that. The same thing I could say about these questions is that, you know, any particular day, any particular time, my answers are going to be different all the time. But all I know that this book will be in the top 10. It reminds me of my brother and my dad. This one, The black one, the silver one, I consider them all the same. When I first saw this when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, it blew my mind. You know, I always loved Todd McFarlane. Ever since Amazing Spider-Man, then this, and then Spawn. But this cover, this book, story, Torment, Part 1, I saw that, I said before that, the first story arc of Spawn is McFarlane at his best, This was good too, but he wasn't quite there yet. But the cover is just so mesmerizing. So mesmerizing. So this will always be in my top 10. My last one. This will always be in my top 5. Always. Number 200, The Amazing Spider-Man. Double the size, double the thrills. Our 200th anniversary. Spectacular. Against the man who killed his Uncle Ben. The Spider versus the Burglar. John Romita. Look at that. This cover, when I first saw it, just blew my mind. I remember looking through the back issue in the bins back in the day when I was a kid, and I saw it, and I said, my God, look at that. Look at all the webs and the anatomy, him in the forefront, and then you see the past on the bottom, telling about his heroics and the mistake he made, I love this cover. Again, it'll always be in my top 5, but it'll never be, I don't know about number 1, There's Amazing Spider-Man, 121 and 122, Amazing Spider-Man 300, Amazing Spider-Man 256, the 2 connecting covers that always, the list goes on and on, But I want to thank you, Dr. Von CHILLA. Thank you so much, you made me go down memory lane, I do have others. They're in storage. But right now, at this moment in time, even though I did 3 tiers of top 5s, this one today is my number 1. Anyway, thank you so much for tagging me. I love this. I was thinking about this all day today. How am I gonna do it? But I said, you know what? Let's just go with it. Let's do it. Just go with it. So I'm going to tag 2 others. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna tag 2 others. First one, the sweetheart of the community, Pop.Comics. The other JoJo. I tag you, my friend. I tag you to see what your top 5 comics are. And also, Josiah, Comics and Things. My friend, you too. I tag you to see what top 5 comics you have or that you think are worthy of being in the top 5. I challenge both of you. See what you guys can come up with. Okay? Anyway, so thank you so much again, Dr. Von CHILLA, for thinking of me. Thank you for your kind words and your support. Anyone out there, not subscribed to the man, subscribe to him. Dr. Von CHILLA, a wealth of knowledge, a fountain of knowledge. And again, I thank you so much. So, keep hunting. Stay hungry. And most of all, be a hero to everyone. Peace.